You know, this is my favorite time of year. It's a beautiful, warm, sunny day here in Highlands Ranch, Colorado, and it's hard to believe that winter is coming. And once winter's here, you're going to regret missing the opportunity to deal with these home issues. Today, let's take a few minutes to figure out what you can do right now to prepare your home for winter so that you can spend those winter months being warm and comfortable when the weather outside is frightful. So right now here in Colorado, this is the sweet spot in our weather. I love this time of year. It's dry, sunny, cool enough for a sweater or vest in the morning, and warm enough to enjoy cycling or even paddleboarding in the afternoon. In fact, during this time, you don't need to turn on the heat or even turn on the air conditioning. The warm days and cool nights are just perfect. So it's hard to think about needing to turn on your furnace, but this is the perfect time to get your favorite HVAC professional out to service, clean, and make sure your heating system is ready so that when the temperature outside dips and you'll want to turn up the heat, everything will be working. At the same time, you're going to want to make sure that you know what type of filters your furnace needs, how to change your filters, and how frequently to change them. And you may even want to put a few aside to have them on hand, just in case this winter has it colder or with more snow and you don't want to go out in it when you need a new filter. The other thing you can do is walk around the outside of your home and start looking at your trim. Due to our delightful weather, yeah, I say that euphemistically, sun, hail, wind, sun, rain, snow, all add to stress on our trim and paint. And it's usually the first thing that needs touching up when you think about painting your home. In fact, a lot of times just by painting the trim, if your siding looks good, you can avoid having to paint the whole house. But you want to pay attention to the trim, not only because it doesn't really look good if it's peeling, but it can become an area where moisture can creep in, causing more damage to the home structure and shortening the lifespan of the trim, your windows, and even the underlying areas of your roof. Plus, it really doesn't look good. You know, at the same time, if you have a deck, this is a great time of year to think about restaining. This way, you're prepared for the fall wet weather and the snow that comes in the winter. Making sure you have a stained and sealed deck will allow for many more spring, summer, and even fall events to occur without you having to need to replace it. Now is also a time to start monitoring and taking care of the leaves in the yard. You know, granted, right now in Colorado there aren't too many on the ground, but it's a good time to get those leaf bags and rakes ready so that in a few weeks when the leaves change and fall, you can pick them up right away. You know, there's differing philosophies on this. Some people say you should let the leaves decompose into the ground. It adds nutrients. But the bottom line here in Colorado is you want as much moisture to get into the soil as possible. In fact, this year, some people are even aerating earlier and not seeding in an effort to capture the available rainwater and the ability to use their sprinkler systems before we have to shut them down. And of course, you avoid having to rake up those wet, decomposing leaves in the spring. Now, sprinkler system care is really important here in Colorado. Now that we're under drought restriction due to limited water, there was talk locally of shutting down the sprinklers as early as October 1st. However, due to the dryness we've been experiencing, that's been moved to October 15th. So check with your local water department to see what they suggest and make sure that once you shut off the water to the yard, you have the sprinkler system blown out. This way, once the weather turns cold, the pipes won't freeze and you'll be ready next spring to start watering again. Then lastly, make sure your windows and doors have a good seal. You know, windows and doors should keep the cold air out of a home and the warm air in. And if they're not sealing correctly, you could lose precious heat and see an increase in your heating bill. And nobody needs that. As you look at your trim, take a look, see if your windows need to be caulked. And make sure that they close and lock correctly. This will help you stay safe, warm, and cozy in the coming winter. Hi, my name is Peggy Dursthoff, and I'm a realtor with HomeSmart here in the Denver metro area, and I specialize in suburban living. And if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and share it with the people you care about. And check out this next video over here, where I talk about how to stage your home to sell. In the meantime, if you're thinking about making a move, let's get the conversation started. You can call, text, or email me. All of my information is down in the description box. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend, and remember, friends don't let friends rent.